Hey you guys, and welcome back to another video with DIYs by Carolina. I hope you guys are doing well and having a phenomenal Sunday. So I am actually headed out the door. Why don't you guys come along with me? We're gonna go ahead and go shopping for plants for my next project. We're going to actually be doing a front porch refresh, and y'all, let me just tell you, this front porch needs it desperately. So let's go. Y'all, so let's go ahead and find some beautiful, colorful plants. Yeah, I don't have a particular plant in mind, just whatever catches my eye. So I'm here at Home Depot at the moment. Let's see what they have. Definitely want something that's going to be colorful, beautiful, springy, something that can, withstand a lot of heat, because again, whatever I plant, I'm probably going to need that for the summer as well. So I definitely need something that's a little heat tolerant, and also I want something that's going to last hopefully until like fall, so then that way I don't have to mess with it or anything like that until the fall. So let's take a look and see what we can find. Alright y'all, so here's a look at what the space currently looks like at the moment. And again, I really haven't done a whole lot to this space since winter, except for remove the the plants and things that I had in the planter pots. But as you can see here, things like the ribbon and stuff, all of that stuff is still up here. So I'm going to be removing all of this, just kind of giving this a nice little cleaning. You got some of that pollen on here. Just kind of clean off some of that pollen. So yeah, so that's what we're looking at. And I'm also going to just refresh my planter pots. They're looking dull and old, and we can't have that. So we're just going to give those a nice little refresh and have those looking nice and spiffy. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly show you guys what the space looks like at the moment. I may even hang a little garden flag here. We'll see if I have any. See, I still even have my little hello winter flag here. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started with that. All right, y'all, so before I start any project, what I like to do is just clear out everything. So that's basically what I'm doing here, is just removing all the planter pots, all the winter decorations, and then afterwards, I'm gonna go ahead and start the cleaning process. And basically, that's just, I'm just going to remove the pollen. I may even do not pressure washing, but I am going to just kind of hose the area down a little bit and just make sure everything is nice and clean. So let's get started. can see it around the light fixtures. You can see how it's kind of dirty. So I'm just gonna, you know, spray some bleach around those areas, above the door. Hopefully you guys can see that real clear. So yeah, I'm just gonna use my bleach spray and then use my water hose to kind of clean that up. And then also, I'm gonna go ahead and give my shutters a nice little rinsing, because yeah, you can kind of see here where the pollen has settled on the shutter. So we wanna just kind of give the entrance near the front door just a nice cleaning, okay? So yeah, that's what I'm about to do right now. So y'all, I'm one of those type of people that cleans everything with bleach, literally. So I'll usually, especially in the inside, I'll start off with bleach and then I'll go back behind it with something that smells really, really nice and fresh. That's typically like the kitchen area, the bathroom. But yeah, I believe in bleach, you guys. I'm telling you, that bleach is everything. So, but yeah, so that bleach really, really just loosened up the dirt and grime on the siding here. And that water hose, that's all I needed. I didn't need a pressure washer because, again, this is just a small space. I did not need to bring out the big dogs. So the water hose did what it needed to do, thankfully, because of the bleach. All right, so in this next project, I definitely want to give my planter pots a nice refresh. So I want to kind of bring them back to life. I want to have them looking newer, looking fresher, looking beautiful. So I've already cleaned them. I'm rinsing them off now. I'm going to let those dry. And then I'm going to show you guys what I use to actually give my planter pots a nice facelift. All right, so I do want to just mention that in my last video, in the comments, a few of you were asking me how I created the water fountain. I actually made a shorts video showing step by step on how I did that, but I'm also going to go ahead and just quickly recap and show you how I did it in this landscaping space that I did in the last video, the little island. So I'm just going to quickly show you guys what I did. And also, some of you mentioned and came up with the greatest idea about adding some rocks. So I have a few rocks. So I'm going to go ahead and just add what I have. I may add more later on, but let's go ahead and take a look. Quickly show you guys what I did to that space. So I just removed the basin because the water was dirty and murky, so I wanted to just kind of clean it out right quickly. And I just basically dumped the old water, cleaned it out really good. And I'm gonna go ahead and place this back in here and just put some fresh water in there. Secure that in there real nice. Okay. And so here's the rocks that I have. And again, these were just some additional rocks that I had previously. I didn't go out and buy new rocks or anything. This is just a little bit. So I'm just going to use what I have, and then maybe later on, I'll add some more rocks. But yeah, this is just what I have at the moment. And it's so weird because someone in the comment was like, add some rocks so, you know, any lizards or anything or whatever can perch up on it. And I have a clip here showing you where they actually perched up on the little solar fountain itself. So yeah, so they perched up on the solar fountain. So yeah, they were perfectly fine. And I thought that was the cutest thing because I thought about that comment when I saw that. All right, so now we're just gonna add some water to this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so right quickly, here is a look at the solar fountain. So this is old. This is why it's a little faded on top. I've had this solar fountain now since, I think I bought it last summer or either summer of 2022, one or the other. But anyway, so all I do then is just place the solar fountain inside the water. There we go. And that's what happens, voila. All right, y'all, so right quickly, I want to show you a little trick that I use to actually refresh my planter pots, especially when you have like black planter pots. Over time, they start to look faded. And I do the same thing also with my, what is it, the little candle holders. I'm pretty sure they're called something else that I typically like to put on my porch. So I'm going to refresh those as well. But this is a quick and easy method to actually just restoring your planter pots and just making them look nice, fresh, and new. So the product that I'm going to be using to do this is your oh boy WD-40, and I'm pretty sure all of you guys have a can of WD-40 somewhere in your house or around your property. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to show you what they look like first after I've cleaned them, and you'll see that they still look pretty faded and pretty old, but this stuff here is going to work wonders. All right, y'all, so right quickly, here's what the pots look like after they've been washed and dried. And you can see here, maybe I need to stand back a little bit, but they're still looking a little faded. They don't look fresh and revived, and that's what we want to do. We want to make them look fresh, new, glossy, beautiful, all that good stuff. So I just want to give you a good look at what they currently look like at the moment. You can kind of see here as well. And this is just what they look like over time. You know, I've had these planter pots now for about 3 years, but every year I try to refresh them so they'll look fresh and new. And this is another alternative too if you don't want to spray paint it, because even if you spray paint it black, especially when it's black, it's still going to fade over time. So right quickly, I want to show you the difference between the two. So the one to the right, the one on the right is the one that I just, cleaned with the WD-40. And then the one on your left, you see how it has that dull, kind of faded look? Let me make sure you guys can see this really, really well. So yeah, you can kind of see how the one that's sitting higher looks a little bit more refreshed, more renewed, compared to the one that's not or has not been cleaned with the WD-40. Y'all, so we're getting down to the wire. The time now is about 5 p.m. So still got a little ways to go. So I am determined to get this project done today and be done so I can start my editing. Yeah. Okay, so right quickly, I do want to show you guys the plants that I'm going to be using in my planter pots. And what I've decided to do, you guys, I've decided not to use a wreath on my door this time around, because I feel like my planter pots are going to be nice enough to where I don't need a wreath. You don't always have to use a wreath on your door, you guys, especially if you have like these planter pots that are like really, like a nice size on your porch. And especially in my case, because my porch is fairly small anyway. And so I just feel like adding a wreath with everything that I'm going to have going on in that space is going to be just a little too much for the space. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get these plants planted. Well, first things first, here's the topsoil that I'm going to be using. This is my Scots. I actually got these from Lowe's. They were about $2.98 a bag, so I did get 2 bags. I probably won't need them both because again, I am going to be reusing the soil that's already in the pot as well. So I probably won't need both bags. So yeah, so this is the topsoil. All right, so you guys will notice that I do have some rocks inside my existing soil. And I do this because a lot of times whenever you do planter pots, the soil will get compacted. And so adding these, the rocks or whatever, it does provide better drainage for the soil and prevent it from being so compact. So I typically like to do this usually in the bottom portion of the soil. I'll add a little bit of rocks in there just to kind of keep it nice and drained. I'm going to be adding a little bit of my Pennington Color Bloom plant food. I tend to do this with all of my plants, you guys. So I am going to be adding a little bit of this in my soil as well. Going to be adding these ferns here. Kind of go back a little bit so you guys can see these. So yeah, so I got these ferns from Home Depot, and as you can see the price, they were $9.98, and I did get 2 of these. So here's a look at the other plant that I purchased. And I actually got these from Lowe's. And you can see the price was like $14.98. And one of the things that attracted me to this particular plant is that it has a variety of different colors, and I like that. And so these are Aquila African daisies, and they bloom spring, summer, and fall, which is perfect and ideal, and they do require full sun. So I'm going to actually be taking plants out of here because there's actually like 4 plants. I think it's like 4 plants in this one pot, which is awesome, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 of the purple, one purple in one pot, the other in the other pot, and then one of the yellow and in each pot. So each pot will have a yellow and a purple daisy, which is perfect. So yeah, I love this. I think this is gorgeous. final reveal, let's take a look back at what the space used to look like. You guys might recall that the planters were old and faded looking. I still had a lot of my winter decorations up, and I really wanted to bring some color to this space and just make it more beautiful and inviting for spring. So let's see if we were able to accomplish that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. That would really help out my channel. And if you are new to this channel and visiting for the first time, welcome. My name is Carolina, and if this is the type of content that you find interesting, I would love to have you join my family of subscribers. And as always, to my existing subscribers, thank you guys so much for all of your support on my channel, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye now.